Good afternoon. I'm going to be very quick, and I hope this helps you get your Philippines driver's license and saves you a few hours or even an extra day of trouble, because if I'd have known, it had saved me a day of trouble. Anyway, the process is actually quite simple, but what nobody tells you is you have to have physical documents printed out on Xerox before you go to the LTO. The other thing you're going to need is your physical for the LTO, and you can ask without standing in line. You can just go ask the guard at any LTO, where do you get your physical? Go do that first. You can do it up to 60 days in advance of going to the LTO for your license. Now, the things that you're going to need are, you're going to need your physical driver's license from the States or whatever country you're from. You're going to need a Xerox copy of the front, a Xerox copy of the back. They keep those Xerox copies, and they're not joking. You got to actually get it done. You got to do it at your house, do it wherever, but you got to go to one of those internet cafes, which is what I did. The second thing they're going to need is the same. They're going to need a Xerox copy of your LCR or your ACR card, your foreign residency alien certificate of registry. They need a front and a back scanned copy of that. They keep it, so 2 more pieces of paper. The other paperwork that they need, you got to have a Xerox copy, scanned copy on paper of your passport, and another scan of the page that has your last date of entry. My last date of entry was in October, and they needed that stamp because you're supposed to get your driver's license within 90 days of entry, but it doesn't matter. They've extended that to 4 months, I believe. I'm not certain, so don't quote me on that. But she questioned mine, and she says, why did you wait to get your license? And simply I said I had no need to get a license. I didn't have a vehicle, which is true. So I do have the vehicle now. I went in. This is the process. Try to get in. We, instead of going here and do Maggetti where I live, the line is about a block long, and that would just suck. We went up 40 kilometers north to Bias City. Very short line. We got in there about 7:30 in the morning, and the gate opened at 8. There were like 20 people in front of us with chairs. You progress, you know how they do here in the Philippines. So I was able to get into the processor's desk, at the desk, within about an hour. We were there by, I think it was 9:04 when I was sitting in her desk. She looked at the paperwork, everything's in order, had me fill out, a paperwork, hand it back to her, and she went over everything. Then I went over to the cashiers and paid 780 pesos. It's like $14, $15. Very inexpensive. Went to the next window. There's a wait between each window because they're processing in the background. And those people took my fingerprints on the digital scanner, did that, did my thumbs, took the picture, and I went and waited. And then I sat down and waited it, and by about 10:30, they handed me my Philippine license. So actual time inside was 2.5 hours versus I went through the entire process the day prior, but I didn't have the paperwork. So I had to go to an internet cafe, get all the paperwork, have my passport scanned, and have all that done. Go down and get my physical. And when I got back, it was like lunchtime, and they said, no, we're full for the rest of the day. They close for lunch at noon for 1 hour. And everybody that's in line, they give them a number, and those are the last people they'll take for the rest of the entire day. So don't show up in the afternoon. It's not going to happen. If you show up in the morning, I suggest you get there before they arrive. Otherwise, the line's just going to be formidable. At 10 o'clock in the morning, or when we were leaving, the line had maybe 100 people outside the gate. So be an early riser. Have the paperwork in line before you get there, and you're not going to have any issues getting your license. Oh, and when you get your physical, make sure you tell them to change to your proper eye color. They default to black. So my driver's license says black eyes, and I don't have black eyes, they're blue. So it's not a big deal. I mentioned it to them. They said, don't worry about it. But there we are. Anyway, guys, I hope I've saved you guys some time. And I'm not going to be a logger, a vlogger, a YouTuber. This is only so I can help out some people, because nobody told me what to do, and it would have saved me a day. Good luck, guys.